Emotions. What could be more unpredictable than emotions? You have a friend who is nice to you now, just a moment later, he's acting weird and you'll be wondering, do you actually know this person? Right? So today, let us talk about you, me, us. Emotions. Let me ask you one simple question. What is that one reason that you're all here today? Yeah? What is that one reason that you're all here today? Yeah? It is because you're all alive. You're breathing. You're breathing. You made it today. There are so many who have not made it today. You're able to do your stuff on your own. You're breathing. You can have things on your own. Is it not something to be grateful about? Is it not something to be happy about? Yes. But have you ever thought this has a way of happiness? Because we always look for the big picture. We always want to see the big picture. It's good. But don't we know that even the big picture is made out of small pixels? Yes? Do you agree with that? Even the biggest building is made of a small brick. Do you agree on that? So why not we take time to acknowledge those small things and be happy? All right? So let me move on. Another question. I like to ask a lot of questions. That's my profession, you see. Okay? So how difficult is it to smile? Can you tell me? Because I see a lot of small children. I have my nephew who is 1.5 years old. And every time I look at him, he'll be like, as if he owes a crowd thousands of dollars to the world. Okay? Our smiles have been eradicated by smileys. So I ask you one question. How difficult is it for someone to smile? Let's try. Simple, right? Everyone is smiling. Is it so difficult? Was it so hard? Then why is it that we are not using it so much? Why is it that everyone is always angry? So that's what we want to know now. What is that makes us happy? Sorry to put this, I had a good photo in the first slide and I have a depressing one. I believe that a person encounters two kinds of death. One death is a biological one that everyone has to go through. We die natural or unnatural death. Either we die by aging or we die out of accident. That is fine. There is another death which is more dreadful. That is a death that comes to us when we are alive. That is a death which comes to us when we are not able to feel things. Someone tells a good joke, but you're not able to smile. Someone is sharing some pain with you, but you're not able to feel it. That's called apathy. Apathy. You're not able to feel the surroundings. You're not able to be in that moment. And I'll tell you, friends, that is the most painful death one can have. So while I was browsing through the internet, I came across a very beautiful story. The story is about a Native American tribe. We call them the Red Indians. A chieftain of the tribe teaches a young boy about life. So he calls the boy and tells him, I would like to tell you something. So he tells, there are two wolves inside me that are constantly fighting. They are always in a terrible fight. There is one wolf which is white, which is always kind, humble, always having positive thoughts, always having positive emotions. And there is another, the dark, evil wolf, who is always angry, who is always negative. So he asks the boy, which wolf do you think will win? So the boy says, I don't know. So the chief, the wise man says, the wolf to which you feed more will win. So these are like your emotions. The positive, the white wolf is your positive emotions. The dark wolf is your negative emotions. For the emotions which you pay more attention will win. You cannot survive without negatives. Because if you want to understand what happiness is, you have to go through pains. But for which one are you going to pay more attention? That is the question. So in Indian mythology, we have yugas. All of us know about. We have 4 yugas. That means the ages of the earth. So our yuga starts from Satya Yuga. And each yuga has its own battles. There were many big great wars fought in every yuga. So starting with Satya Yuga, there was battle between 2 worlds, the Devaloka and the Asura Loka. There was fight between the good and bad. That was during Satya Yuga. Then came the Treta Yuga, where there was a battle between 2 kingdoms, the Rama Raja and the Ravana Raja, good and the bad. Then came the Dwapara Yuga, where there was battle between 2 families, the Pandavas and Kauravas. Now, we're in Kalyuga. It is also rightly called as the age of confusion because we are confused in everything. So in Kalyuga, the battle has come inside us, within us. Some students can't decide for which pant, which top I should wear. Right? There's an angel sitting in this corner, this shoulder, and a demon sitting in this corner. They'll be fighting. You do this, you do that. And you'll be always having this difficulty. And I'm really sorry for the SLC students because they have to take decisions of their life in the most confusing age of their life. Yes? During the SSLC, they'll be what? 12, 13 years old, and they're made to take the most important decisions of their lives. They're so confused. They cannot even decide which dress to wear. They're made to decide about their life. That is the battle we are fighting. So why are we upset? Over the 7 years of my profession as a counselor, I have met a lot of students. They come to me and sit in front of me and ask them, okay, what's wrong? What's the problem? They say, sir, I don't know, sir, I'm upset. You're upset? Yes. Why? Sir, I don't know. Sir, I'm angry. I get angry, sir. Why? I don't know. Sir, I'm happy. Why? Don't know, sir. You can also be happy for no reasons, yeah. Because you're not paying attention to the most important thing. If I ask a student, tell me about your friend, they'll take a full day to explain about their friend. But I ask them, tell me about you. Let me do I start. They don't know their own strengths and weakness. They don't know what they like and what they don't like. They don't understand themselves and they expect others to understand. When you can't understand yourself, how can you expect others to understand? If you can't understand what you're feeling, how can you expect there'll be always fights. Mommy, you don't understand me. See, you don't understand me. You expect others to understand you when you're not in clarity. So that's the biggest problem I see in the youth. No clarity about what they're feeling. I'll tell you one thing. Emotions are temporary. Listen to me carefully. Emotions are temporary. But the consequences of the action done because of those emotions are permanent. Do you agree with that? You're angry for 1 minute and you say something bad to your friend and you lose that friendship forever, yes? But if you could handle yourself for that 1 minute, you could have not had this kind of situation. It's a temporary phase we go through. But we do something, we end up doing something that we regret for a lifetime. So remember these things. Emotions are a temporary phase. Don't do anything permanently stupid because of temporary emotions. That is what I want to tell you. Right? So, yes, everything is digital now. Even our emotions. Right? I see a lot of emojis talking now. And first of all, the students are itself confused. They think that the brown color thing is chocolate ice cream. And they put it on someone's face in an image. Please, student, it is not ice cream. Okay? So there's so much of confusion when you use. See, the purpose of communication is to make the person understand. Yes? But if you're not able to make yourself understand, what is the use of sending all emojis? And another one, short forms. LOL, RFL. Emotions should help you to express. But when someone is typing LOL, are they really laughing out loud? They're like, LOL. Are they really rolling over the floor and laughing? No, I don't see them. So I also see that another about patience level. More than 11 minutes, no one can concentrate in anything. And if a message which you receive in your WhatsApp is more than 4 sentences, I will definitely tell you will never read it. You'll send a universal reply. Yes? Because if you have to reply in words, you have to read the message. So that's what we are digitizing everything. See, emotions are raw. Emotions are pro. Let it keep it that way. Why do you have to put these things? Yeah, it is easy. It is, I'll tell you the conversation which you do face to face is always the best one. I hope you agree with that. You can see emotions there. Another very important area where students suffer is self-image. A beautiful girl or a handsome man goes and stands in front of the mirror, looks at himself. Everything is fine. I wish my nose was a little smaller. I wish I had a curly hair. I wish I had biceps like Hrithik Roshan. If someone compliments you, you doubt it. Are they really complimenting me? You can't even accept compliments. Because there is something wrong with you always whenever you stand in front of the mirror. You're not happy with how you look. If you're not happy with how you look, how can you expect others to be happy? See, everyone has their own problem. The tall people, I had one case where a PUC boy came to me for counseling. The problem was he was 6 feet 5 inches. He said he will not go to class. I said, why? My classmates make fun of me. They call me a freak. There are so many students who want to be tall, and he is tall and he doesn't want it. And there are people who are short and they have their own problems. There is a person who is fair, goes to a tanning machine, pays thousands of rupees and become tan. There is a dark lady who wants to become fair and spend so much of rupees on fairness cream. Those who are fair wants to become dark, those who are dark want to become fair, those who are fat want to become thin, those who are thin, they want to become fat. What do you want? Too difficult. You have no idea what you want. You're never happy. I think you're taking Steve Jobs too seriously. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Don't take it too seriously. Sometimes you have to be happy with what you have. Okay? Why is that you always wait for someone else's approval? To get one perfect selfie, you take 40 clicks. Why can't you be happy that you got a best photo? And you will be happy with the photo. If you don't get 10 likes in 1 minute, your entire life is gone. I am useless. Right? Why do you have to follow trend when you can create trends? Right? Every now and then people change. See, now, fortunately, the status is only for 24 hours. If that was not the case, there would not be any space for status there. So why do you have to wait for approval? Why do you have to wait for others to make you happy? Can't you do it on your own? So this is what people are doing. They're waiting for other people's approval to be happy. Let me tell you what happiness is. According to me, it is acceptance. If you can't accept the family you're born with, you can never be happy with that family. If you are not able to accept the job you're doing, even if it pays you crores of rupees, you can't be happy with it. If you can't accept the partner you're with, you can never be happy with her or him. Acceptance, accepting what you have, that is the key to success. So success or happiness. So here, please try to accept things that are around you, with you, in you. Only then you know what real happiness is. I usually like the movie The Incredibles. I hope you have seen the movie The Incredibles. I'm 31, I still watch cartoons, yes. I love it. So, there's one quote by Edna Mode, a character. She says, I never look back, darling. It distracts from the now. So this image reminds me of a famous doctor, Dr. B.M. Hegde. When I was listening to one of his speech, he tells one thing. I really was fascinated with that sentence. He says, in a man's life, there is 1 year. In that 1 year, there is 365 days. You should never be worried about 2 days in that 365 days. What are they? Yesterday and tomorrow. You should never be worried about these 2 days in the 365 days. About yesterday and tomorrow. Don't worry about yesterday. If you have seen the film Kung Fu Panda, there is this Master Oogway who says, past is a history, yes? Past is history. Future is a mystery. Today is a present. So enjoy it. So that's where we are having problem, enjoying the now. That's where we are not happy. So this is my mom. I'll tell you, to become a counselor, it took me 7 years, of intense training and a degree to tell me that I'm a counselor. But our mothers are inbuilt counselors, natural counselors. You should always listen to them. I had so much of I told you so moments. Because she tells me, see, this is going to happen like this, and I don't listen to her, and I mess up. And she comes and tells, see, I told you so. So always listen to your mom. She knows best. She slaps me when I'm wrong. She hugs me when I'm right. Okay, she never praises me. She always criticizes me because she tells, to praise you, there are people outside. They will not bother about your mistake. I am your mother. I will correct you. So always listen to your mother. Because when I am anxious, she makes me sit down. Okay, Ankith, sit down. What's happening, she asks me. I tell, I have anxiety, I'm nervous. She tells, breathe, slow down. You are just 30, you are not 80. You have too much of time in your life. Don't worry about it. So always listen to your mother. Sometimes just go and hug your mother. That's enough. Best therapy in the world is a mother's hug. Sleep on her lap. Okay? Do that. When was the last time you did something really silly and enjoyed it? When was the last time you did something really stupid and laughed about it and you were making fun of yourself? Sometimes you have to be a little goofy so that you can spread smile. We are like, Maryadi, prestige. No smile. If I smile too much, people will take me for granted. Forget about what people think. It's good for your health. You'll live longer. See, we think that life is a race. everyone is in a 100-meter race. Everyone wants to finish fast. I'll tell you, life is not a race. Sometimes you have to slow down, stop, observe, feel. Because if you don't feel, you are dead. When the moment you stop feeling is the day you die. Many people ask me, Ankith, how do you manage to smile all the time? I tell them, the day I stop smiling is the day I die. So, slow down. We are so busy that we miss so much of the best moments of our life. Okay, it's not a race. We are not in a race. Please understand this. Another important thing I want to tell you about emotions are contagious. What you feel, you spread. If you're feeling happy, you spread that happiness to people around you. If you're feeling bad, you make people... How many of you have dogs at home? They feel your emotions, right? They respond to it. It's a physical thing. Emotions are a physical thing. It has the power to influence your surroundings. So if you're happy, everyone around you is happy. If you're not happy, everyone feels the same. If your parents are not happy at home, you're also not happy. If your partner is not happy, somewhere you'll feel it. Okay, you don't feel comfortable. So remember another thing. There is no perfection in the world. Humans cannot be perfect, but we can try it. It's a pursuit of perfection. See, there are no perfect families. There are only perfect moments in the family. Understood this? There is no perfect relationship. There are only perfect moments in the relationship. You cannot expect things to be perfect every time. That's the problem that makes us unhappy, because we expect too much. We expect things to be as we want it. Observe this image. One boy has won the first place, but he's still crying. But the person who has won the third prize, he's happy. Because happiness is a state of mind. I had a case where one boy, an arrogant boy, he wanted an iPhone. So he asked his father for an iPhone. He bought the iPhone. Father bought, because nowadays, if children ask in the morning, you get it in the evening. Whereas when we were small, we had tough time. If we asked for something, like say one banyan, we had to wait for 1 month. Okay, now things have changed. Everything is easy. So the father bought the phone. Next day, the boy updates his Facebook status telling that, I hate my dad. I wanted a black iPhone. He gave me a white one. He has an iPhone. He was not happy with the color. So I'll tell you this, happiness is a state of mind. No one can make you unhappy if you don't allow them. If you decide to be happy, no one can touch you. Try to create your own happiness. Yes? Try to create your own happiness. Why do you have to depend on others? Because you always want to enjoy a beach, you wait for your friends. And, you plan for some trip. There'll be 10 people while you're planning. But when you're going, sometimes you have to go alone. Sometimes you never go also. So don't wait for others to make you happy. Right? Try to create situations on your own that will make you happy. Because let me tell you, if you wait for this, see, no one is in the planet to make you happy. They have their own life to live. But if you demand that you have to be with me, you have to make me happy, you will always be demanding more. So if you can create things on your own, you need not wait for anyone. See, he doesn't have a high-end phone. He's using his old phone and taking a selfie. He's living the moment. Yes? So, smile is a beautiful ornament. See, she has not even put a pinch of talcum powder on her face, but look how beautiful she looks. Smile more. See, sometimes even to a stranger you should smile, because he'll smile back. I told you, emotions are contagious. And for the next half an hour, the stranger will be wondering, who was that? So for the half an hour of time, you have made that stranger forget his worry and think about you. Because nowadays I see that people are always having that grim face, so tight face. They're not relaxed. So much of expectation, so much of work. Yeah, they will say, sir, if you tell that you have to always smile, people will think that something is wrong with us. Yeah, that is also true. Because what is poison? Anything that is too much becomes poison. You drink too much of water also, your kidney flunks and you die. You eat too much of rice, you have a problem. So everything should be equal. See, if you have to enjoy the light, you should know what darkness is. See, in Mahabharata, Yudhishthira was taken to hell first by Indra. He was surprised. Why? I have not done anything wrong. Why are you taking me to hell first? So Indra will reply, if you have to understand what heaven is, you should first know what hell is. If you want to enjoy what happiness is, you should know what pain is first. Because if you are always happy, eventually things get boring. Yeah, we have something called as law of diminishing marginal utility. Like if you do things every time the same way, eventually you lose interest in it. So everything should be in balance. That's how the cosmos works. You should be happy when you're supposed to be happy. But you should be sad when you're supposed to be sad. There is a funeral happening and you're just putting on music and you can't dance there. In some cultures they're done, but in Bangalore it's not allowed. If someone is happy, you should also take part in the happiness. Because the more you share, see, smile is the only thing which spreads and never ends if you give it more. And it's a no-cost investment. You need not spend anything to smile. Okay? See, if you smile, you look more beautiful. I've seen some people with, nowadays the trend is to give a serious look on the photos. I don't know why. Everyone is so serious nowadays. Because that's the trend now. See, no matter what changes, the basic human instincts never change. These are the basic emotions: happiness, sadness, anger. These are the main emotions that are inbuilt. When you buy a mobile phones, there are some applications which are already inbuilt. Can you uninstall it? These are the uninstallable emotions. Don't try to suppress this. Some people say, okay, if you're angry, you should not show it. Show it, but in the right way. Not banging anything or throwing things around. Okay, there's a way. See, you can, in a computer file, what are the different ways of saving a file in computer? You can have Control S or you can drag and drop. But you're doing the same thing, right? Same way with emotions. Okay? There are so many people, when they're angry, they sit silently. There are so many people, when they're angry, they shout. It's different. You choose the right pattern for you. Okay? Emotions have to be expressed. You cannot suppress it. If you suppress it, it will become, pressure builds up. It will explode to an innocent person. Like your boss scolded you. You scold your wife, the wife scold the children beat the cat at home. It's called burying of emotions. Because the employee can't scold the boss back, so he goes to the next inferior, that is the children. The children can't shout back at the parents. Then what do you have? The dogs and cats suffer. Let it not go like that. Let your emotions flow in a right way and let everyone be benefited by it. See, I'm an ordinary man. I don't have big achievements to tell about. I don't have a story which I can use to inspire you. I'm an ordinary man. I'm a student of the university called World, learning about life from the teacher called Time. Okay? So it's like I learn from others a lot. Because we can't do all the mistakes, right? Sometimes you have to learn from other people's mistakes also. And when you do mistakes, please learn. And with this, I tell you, please smile a lot. Because the moment when your husband or your wife comes home, if you're smiling, no matter what stress they're in, that stress goes down. But if you're also complaining, when someone enters the house, first thing what we usually get when you go home after office is complaints. You're like the punching bag. Sometimes you have to become the punching bag. See, sometimes my mom, imagine I go to the kitchen, I drop one small lota. Okay, I dropped it. It creates a lot of noise. And my mom will start her lecture. She'll start from the day I was born till present. She'll scold me like I have committed a murder. But I don't mind because she has so much of stress. She's a single mother. So I believe that I'm helping her by allowing her to ventilate on me. I'm helping her by becoming the punching bag. But if I tell something back to her, like if she says, hey, if I say, hey, she'll say, hey. That is different. She'll not stop. But become that punching bag so that your loved ones can be healthy. If you don't allow them to blast on you, then where shall they go? Try to understand why it is happening. Not just like, she did like this, he did like this. Understand why it happened. Yeah, it is difficult. I'm not telling it's easy. Understand this. So with this understanding, I'll tell you, everyone can be happy. Nowadays, people are paying and going to stand-up comedies to be happy. Now, the situation is like that. We have to pay to be happy. A very bad situation. Don't let it be permanent. Be happy with what you have. Enjoy the small moments. Smile. Thank you so much.